Hello again, John Wild here to give you another look at vintage action figures, and this time we're going to be talking about replacement decals for $6 Million Man action figures. If you collect $6 Million Man items like I do, you end up accumulating quite a few $6 Million Man figures, and also probably quite a few outfits for the $6 Million Man. I'm talking about the jogging outfit. Often when you get these jogging outfits, the decal right here at the top of the figure is missing. For some reason, it was a phenomenon. I think that was solely to kids that lived in the 1970s. This decal was irresistible to pick off of his shirt. I have no idea why, but it was. So a lot of the times, they're gone. You're not finding them. So a few people out there on the internet, and I'm going to specifically say Toy Polloi, has made a video on how to create replacement decals for these figures. And that is a great video, and I would suggest for you to go and watch that video because it really is amazing what he does. But to me, that seems like you'd have to have the necessary tools to do that, which I don't have. So I have found replacement decals. So let's take a look at one of them that I previously purchased. So a few years ago, I was doing a restoration on this Mission to Mars $6 Million Man figure, and the decal for his shoulder, his right shoulder, was missing. So I decided to purchase a replacement decal. In fact, I purchased many of these replacement decals, and at the time I felt that they were a pretty good quality. So let's take a look at what has happened though. So over the few years that I've had it, and it's probably only been maybe 3 years since I put this on the figure, the decal is really good. I mean, the quality, it looks very much like a vintage patch would look like. But unfortunately, over time, the fabric that the patch is made of, which makes it look very original, has come separated from the piece of adhesive that was underneath it. And the adhesive was kind of more like a piece of paper. It definitely had like a paper cardstock quality to it. And if we look around to the other side, we'll also see the adhesiveness of the patch wasn't able to stay stuck onto the cloth. So I'm kind of disappointed in this decal over time. At first I thought it was great. Now I'm not necessarily, I don't think it's a very good buy. But fortunately, this one is no longer available, so we won't have to talk about that anymore. So I ordered a new type of $6 Million Man decal to try and put onto the sweatshirt top of my $6 Million Man figure that I'm working on. So here's the sweatshirt top, missing the decal, and I ordered this. It only took a few days for it to come, real quick shipping. So here is a cloth decal. Looks like underneath it, it has a iron-on sheet that you're going to use to attach this to the figure. It also has very detailed instructions, 2 pages of instructions on how to do this. So I think the first thing I need to do though is give this shirt top and a good wash. Make sure that it's nice and clean so it'll be ready to take the new logo. So I just mixed up a little bit of soap in warm water, and I'm just going to put my stuff into the water here. I'm going to give this 5 minutes in the warm water here. I'm just going to kind of work the material a little bit, get as much of the dirt out. Then I'm going to give it a good clean rinse and let it dry, and then we'll be ready to put the decal on. So we've given the sweatshirt a little bit of time to dry, and it's ready now to have the decal applied. So we'll go through the steps and I'll show you how to do that. The first step involves a little piece of cardboard like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the shirt and we're going to place the cardboard where the decal is going to be applied onto the shirt. Just like that. The next step is this small piece of, I believe that's the adhesive that's going to hold the decal down. So we're going to want to set that onto the shirt where we want the decal to go. You can kind of see where the old one was. So I'm kind of just lining it up with that. So here we have the new decal. And what I have to say right away is that it's a lot softer and a little bit more pliable than previous replacement $6 Million Man decals that I've put on. So it says to put this over the top of the adhesive piece and then line up on the top like so. So the next part is this piece here that says up on it. That was written on this piece by the seller, and it describes in the instruction that there is an up and a down to this piece of paper. So that says to place that over the top of the decal like that and get your iron ready. So on the instructions it says to use an iron and set the temperature setting to the cotton setting, which I have. So we'll just give this iron a little bit of time to heat up and we'll proceed to the next step. Now it says to cover the entire thing with a pillowcase, which I've done. Now, using the iron, it says iron in a circular motion for 30 to 60 seconds, and then remove the fabric pillowcase and remove the small sheet of paper, holding your fingernail or a toothpick on the side of the patch and press it down firmly. So here we go. That was our 30 seconds. Remove that, and now take the piece of paper off. It's a little hot, and hold the decal down with your fingernail. Hold the decal down with your fingernail. Like so. Okay, so the final step is time. It says wait 1 hour before handling the final product. So we'll give it an hour. So we put the sweatshirt top back onto the figure, and I'd have to say, overall, it looks pretty good. I think there was a little bit of operator error on my side. It seems that one of the edges is lifted slightly, and I can see some of the glue heads come out around the top. But other than that, it definitely is a more secure fit onto the figure than the previous replacement decal I used on my other figures. So I'd have to say, yes, it's a good replacement decal, and I would endorse you buying this. I think you have to be kind of careful in your placement of the adhesive pad underneath the decal when you do that iron on, when you transfer the heat to it so that it attaches on. But overall, it's a good match. Let's take a look in comparison to an original. So the one we have here on the left is an original right there, and that's the replacement decal. So the original maybe is a little bit smaller, and maybe a little bit of the detail is better than the replacement. I mean, you could definitely tell the difference between the two, but you know, for to be able to have a $6 Million Man figure without his badge for display really isn't all that great. So in the meantime, to find an original using this replacement decal wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. So I do have to endorse this and say that it is a worthy expenditure if you're looking to restore your figure for around $5. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to catch my latest uploads. And until next time, we can rebuild him.